babes. Welcome to Beauty Tutorials Unveiled. I'm your host, Lonnie Noel. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks so much for tuning in. This show is an opportunity to get a one-on-one look and insight from the professionals on all of your favorite tutorials. So today we have a wonderful episode. We have Trisha Marie from Skin Deep joining us, and she will be teaching us all the tricks and tips on how to nail the perfect facial. So Trisha, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So yeah, introduce yourself, let the people know where you're from and what you do and what you have going on.
Yeah, so my name is Trisha. I live in Springfield. I am the owner of Skin Deep, right on 395 Dwight Street, downtown Springfield. I am the esthetician here, and I do the facials, body treatments, skincare treatments, waxing, lashes, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Super cool. So how long have you guys been open?
So we've only been open since October 30th. That was actually a grand opening. So it's only been a couple weeks. So we're new, but we've all been doing this for a while. So my girls, they do hair. They've been doing it for years. I've been licensed for over 6 years. I used to teach at Jolie for 2.5 years. And I worked at a few different salons. And now I'm in my own space.
Awesome. That is super cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know that today we will be talking about kind of the benefits and how to nail a perfect facial. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah. So basically, I would say there's 3 main components. Definitely starting with a double cleanse. So I always start my clients with oil, a pre-cleanse oil, which basically oil kind of combats oil. So I use that to kind of get all the debris and anything like makeup, anything that's on their skin before we start the facial. It kind of gives me a chance to look at their skin and do a thorough analysis of their skin, kind of let them know what their skin type is, kind of ask questions about what their chief complaints are, and kind of go from there. That way I can, once I know their skin type, then I can use the right cleanser for their skin type to then cleanse their skin. So that is my second cleanse. And then I definitely do an exfoliation depending on what that is, depending on their skin type. It can be a mechanical exfoliation or it can be a chemical exfoliation. I do peels or microdermabrasion as well. After that, I do like extractions, kind of get rid of all the hardened oil in their pores. I steam first and then extract. And I finish off with a mask and moisturize. So that's serums, SPF, and a moisturizer for their skin type.
Awesome. So I know you offer different types of facial. You do something like a deep cleanse facial.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes that different than like your average facial?
So with the deep cleansing, I recommend it at least every 3 to 4 weeks.
Get a deep cleanse facial?
Yeah, absolutely. So everyone needs a deep cleansing facial. It just depends on what the skin type is, depending on which type of exfoliation we choose to do. Where like you can kind of do a scrub, on pretty much anybody, whereas you probably wouldn't put an enzyme on someone with super sensitive skin, or do a chemical peel on somebody that has super sensitive skin, or any other, skin type issues like rosacea, stuff like that. So you kind of just got to choose what works best for that type of skin type. You just find out exactly what works best for that skin type.
Absolutely. And so I know you also offer something like an LED treatment facial. What type of skin would benefit from that type of facial, or what, what problems or concerns would someone come in and say, okay, I need this LED treatment. This will work for me.
Yeah, so I normally do LED treatments, especially the red light, infrared light for people who are looking for anti-aging, which I feel like we all can benefit from. Um, Also, anyone that has any redness, like we talked about the sensitivity, um, any swelling, anybody that needs wound healing, it actually works for quite a few things. It promotes collagen as well. So it helps with that. It helps with, like I said, swelling, redness, anti-aging. If you've had surgery, it definitely helps with aiding in that. So it works for quite a few things. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, when you say surgery, how would that help exactly?
Like in the whole wound healing process, it can help heal. Yeah, because it's promoting collagen, and so it's aiding the skin into healing itself a lot faster.
Awesome. Super cool. Love that. So we know that you offer a ton of other services other than facials. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that for someone who might just be looking for something else?
Yeah, so one of my other niches are Brazilian waxing. So I can do all type of waxing if you just need a bikini or Brazilian. I also do lightening treatments and vajacials. So you can get facials for your bikini area. You can also get it lightened if you have any areas that you feel have hyperpigmentation, which are just dark spots from scarring. Shaving, ingrown hairs, we take care of those, and just kind of getting everybody's nice area good to go. We also do fanny facials, so we also do them for the anal area as well. We do lightening for that area, do lightening on your armpits, anywhere pretty much where you have darker skin that you want to even out with your skin tone. Usually it comes from like shaving and stuff that you get like those dark hyperpigmented areas. So we help with those too.
Yeah, awesome. So tell us about, I know you're running a special for this month. So let us know what that special is and what it's for and who can benefit from that.
Yeah, so I actually had the pumpkin, we call it the pumpkin latte facial, but it's basically a pumpkin enzyme which helps with helping your skin actually glow more. It kind of eats all the dead skin cells off your skin, and so your skin, it promotes new cells, and so it leaves you with a nice healthy glow. It also helps with the extractions and deep cleansing as well. So it's kind of like you're getting a deep cleansing facial and an enzyme. It's like a win-win, almost like two facials in one. And then it also comes with a goji berry mask, which helps with hydration, especially around this time, with the weather change, it getting colder and stuff. Our skin starts to need more hydration. So it helps with that. And of course, it still comes with my double cleanse and massage and all that other great stuff. So, and right now it's 25% off. So it's actually at the price of $64.
Awesome, which is great. So that's steal.
Yeah.
So if you guys are tuning in and you're looking to get a facial this month, make sure to check out Skin Deep for that awesome sale. Very cool. Now, does it smell like pumpkin?
It sure does. It actually smells like a pumpkin pie. So I sometimes, depending on the skin type, if their skin is resilient enough, I'll actually add steam to it as well to help with the deep cleansing. And it literally makes the whole room smell like pumpkin pie. It smells so good.
All right, well, that's awesome for this time. Super cool. Now, what are some just like general tips that you would give someone for skincare or like anything to, let's say I wanted to get a facial, would there be something that I'd be prepping for? Like how could I prepare to get a facial?
So I always tell people like facials are obviously great. You want to have them for maintenance every 3 to 4 weeks. But what's most important is what people are doing at home. My first thing is just trying to get my clients on a regimen. So after I find out what their skin types are, just kind of recommend they should be on. that'll work for their skin, because it kind of works hand in hand, and you got to do the work also at home, you know, in order to achieve your goals. So it's the same thing, with skin. You have to be on a great regimen using your products at home. So when you do come in and see me every 3 weeks, we can compare those before and afters and see how far we've came. Also drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, and consuming the right foods, just the whole package deal, I feel. But definitely, having a cleansing and moisturizing every morning, every night, exfoliating two to three times a week, I also recommend. Yeah, just getting that skin ready and prepped.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are some great tips. Thank you so much. Do you have certain facials for certain skin types? Like if someone was oily, like what would be a facial that you would recommend for that, for like an oily type of skin?
Yeah, so if they're really oily or have a lot of acne issues and stuff like that, if they're acnetic, I'll try to use things with glycolic acid and maybe trying to do enzymes on them and peels to try to get their skin regulated. I also recommend, obviously, their facials a little bit more often. I would do about 2 to 3 weeks at least, to try to get their skin calm. Fully masked light moisturizers, nothing too heavy because the skin is already oily, so you don't want to clog the pores. So you want to get those things out and give them room to breathe. So you don't want to put anything on this too heavy.
Right. Yeah, awesome. And then I know that, so the colder months are coming. Is there something that you would recommend for the colder months, like with our skin, possibly drying out?
Yeah. So this is what we call peel season. Now that people are not going out into the sun, they're not in the beach because that can cause hyperpigmentation. Obviously we try to stay away from tanning and things like that because it only ages our skin. Um, so this is a time where people should get enzymes done. They should get chemical peels done. They should be still wearing their SPF because the sun is only at, stronger with the snow and everything coming. But we do want to stay hydrated. So, following our regimens, staying hydrated, using serums underneath our moisturizers is very important as well. Eye creams are very important. Just trying to stay away from, getting those wrinkles. And that comes with being dry, not moisturizing. I recommend grapeseed oil, ladies. Rub it on your bodies. Stay hydrated. So,
Seed oil. All right. We'll
yeah.
jot that down. Very cool. Is there anything that you do for your skin regimen that you would recommend to anyone?
I do exactly what I tell people to do. I live by the truth. I literally every day I cleanse my face in the morning. I probably exfoliate at least like 3 times a week. I always moisturize, wear my eye cream twice a day, my SPF, keep my skin protected. If you are on the beach or anything like that, wearing your glasses, wearing your hats, all that good stuff. So the things I do, and I love serums, ampules, any oils. They are really good. A lot of people are scared of them. They think like, oh, if I use oils, then I'm gonna break out. That's not necessarily the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use oils. You just have to find the right ones. Like I said, grapeseed oil is amazing. Just put it all over your body. After a shower, works great. Jojoba oil is amazing, works wonders as well, and it's very hydrating.
Okay. So someone was asking how often we should clean our makeup brushes.
Oh, I recommend cleaning them after every use. I wouldn't leave any, everybody's skin has, bacteria on their skin. It's like when you get waxed, we don't try to use the same strip twice. We don't use the same stick twice. Once you've touched your face with that brush, you should be cleaning it. So anytime you have makeup or any product on there and you're making contact with your face, you should be cleaning it. Just like we shouldn't just be touching our faces either. I think that's another bad habit that we have. Always clean your hands before you touch your face, and try to avoid picking.
Definitely.
But yeah, always cleaning your brushes for sure every day.
There you have it. Every day.
Every day. I'm serious.
No,
It's like
definitely.
I tell people, it's like, okay, you want this to work, but then you go to sleep every night with your makeup on. You can't, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta wash it off.
You gotta wash it off. Wash your pillowcases.
Absolutely.
And your
Skincare is
brushes.
like I mentioned before, because we love skincare over here at Beauty Tutorials, and I had mentioned like it's so much more important than the makeup application process. Like once you have your skin, once you're like you're taking care of your skin, your makeup's gonna go on so much.
Smooth.
Absolutely.
Like
Definitely.
I always tell people too, like after they get a peel, your makeup goes on so smooth. Like you don't have the issues, with your pores sucking up your makeup. Like it's just so different. Your skin amazing.
So, in the height of COVID-19, do you have any recommendations for like? I know people are getting this new thing called mask me.
Oh yes, yes. So I see a lot of people with that issue. The masks are definitely a problem for our skin. But like I said, definitely exfoliating is gonna help with that. Exfoliating. I also tell people this. Here's a little secret. A bottle of witch hazel you can buy right at CVS works wonders. Use it as a toner. Use it to cleanse your face after maybe coming from work and wearing a mask all day. Rub it on your areas where you start to see breakouts coming out. It definitely works. It's so good.
Awesome. So witch hazel, that's a great hidden gem. Because you can
Yeah.
get that right at your local drugstore. Awesome. And when you say, because I know we've been saying a lot about exfoliate. Now, when you say exfoliate, um, what does that look like, or what are some options? I know that there can be different forms of exfoliation. There can be different products when it comes to exfoliation. What could
Yeah.
you say? And I know that there's some that might not be the best for your skin. So what could you say is like the right way to exfoliate?
Yeah. So just finding the right products. Some people make stuff at home naturally. With to make natural scrubs at home and stuff like that, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend going to buy a bottle of St. Ives and scrub your face with it because that doesn't have the greatest ingredients. But any facial scrubs, I mean, obviously people don't have the access to chemical peels or enzymes or some of the machinery we have, but there are great exfoliators out there, mild scrubs that people can use for their face, which is great. Um, and yeah. So those are some good ones. I would say Dermalogica has some great exfoliators. They have a micro exfoliant right now that is available to the public, not just professionals. That works wonders. And I think it's made from like rice flour or something like that. It's actually really, really good.
Very awesome. We have very great things about rice water.
Yeah.
Very good. So just to get to a little bit more about you. So yeah, what inspired you to go on this journey into aesthetics?
Yeah. So actually I went to like I said, I went to school 6 years ago. It wasn't as big of an industry that I think that it is now. Um, but I was always obsessed with extracting people's faces even before I knew what I was doing, or just pimple popping, should we say.
Yeah.
And I loved makeup. I just love skin. I just liked everything about it. And when I found out it was an actual profession, I was like, oh, okay, I'm so down for this. I didn't like hair. I barely like to do my own hair. So I was like, I definitely need to find something else in the beauty industry that I like. And so when I started going to school for it, I was like, oh, there's so much more to it. Like, it's just not, you know, popping somebody's pimples. Like, for example, I just took a course for oncology. So I specialize in oncology facials for anybody with compromised skin, people that have had any radiation or any, cancer treatments. So like, I just literally just want to help people. I want to help people just feel great in their own skin. We live in a world where it's like everything's about filters, everything is about, makeup, but like it really all starts with your skin. You know what I mean? And it's the only thing we're gonna have for the rest of our life. It's like the largest organ in our body. So I think it needs to be taken care of. And that's basically why I love doing what I do.
Absolutely. It's a great, it's a great industry to be in. Super cool. I definitely look forward to coming and, getting some services done. You offer so many, but I would love a good facial. I feel like I could use a good facial. I need to exfoliate. I need some exfoliation.
Yes.
Right now I'm using like a chemical exfoliant that I'm trying out.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I never really even knew those existed because it's just kind of like a liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying that out. It did start to dry me out a bit, so I'm like, let me tone it down. I was like using it like 3 days in a row, and then like you said, 2 times. What, two times a week? Did you say 2 times a week?
I mean, if you're using a chemical exfoliation, I probably would do it every couple of weeks. I wouldn't do it 2 to 3 times a week. If you're just doing like a scrub or something, then yeah, you can do that 2 or 3 times a week. But like, girl, I didn't even know you guys can find chemical exfoliation. where they got it?
It's this chemical exfoliant that I got from Sephora. It's by a brand called Paula's Choice.
Okay. Oh, I've heard of them.
AHA and BHA in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I'm like trying to get rid. Like I have like sometimes like those tiny little bumps that you get on your nose. I know some people like they can be blackheads, but I don't think they're really blackheads. I think they're just like
hardened oil. It's just like oil that gets trapped in your pores, and like the longer they stay there, the harder they get, pretty much. But I know exactly what you're talking about. It can just literally be from the environment, like where you live, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are in the air.
Right. And then also like pores, like that's something that like they kind of come and go. Sometimes they're larger than,
Yeah.
And I'm something to like
So
check.
it depends on your skin type too. So like oilier skins have larger pores, more visible out of the T-zone. So like this is your T-zone, right? And they'll be more visible out here. If they're drier skin, you barely see them at all. They don't even have pores. Like they do, but you don't see them. If they're like in combo, you can kind of see a mixture, a little bit of the, larger pores, but not so much. And if they're normal, they're pretty decent sized pores. So like depending on your skin type, sometimes you get more sebaceous filaments, as they say, hardened oil.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, thank you again so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Is there any tips or just general keys that you want to share that you didn't get a chance to in terms of just overall skincare, overall just taking care of yourself in general, or any service that you like, or like that for sure people need? Like, you want to come on down here and you want to get this done.
Yeah. For sure, you guys need to come down and get these deep facials done. They're definitely necessary. Anti-aging is definitely, it's the time to take care of yourself and put those things first. Also, yeah, just staying hydrated, using the right products. I cannot, go harder on that. Like people are using the wrong things and wondering why they're not getting, the right positive results. Make sure you know your skin type. Make sure you're using things for your skin type. Make sure you're not over exfoliating, and hydrate and moisturize for sure.
Yes, absolutely. That makes sense. And just real quick before we go, I just want to touch on like the shows. Like that is so cool. And that's like a new thing that's been coming out. And it's so necessary. Like,
People don't talk about it, especially women of color like us. We get hyperpigmentation there. We get ingrown hairs because our hairs are coarser. And then sometimes we don't know how to take them out or deal with them. Like this is important. We need exfoliation down there. Like we need masking. We need hydration as well. Like this is all necessary stuff.
Absolutely, and it's it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Especially
No.
if you're getting a wax, that's definitely something great to add onto your package. Now, could you do that? Would you have to
Yeah.
wait? Would you recommend that before of the facial before or after?
So we can do a package deal because you have to wax and then do the just because of the exfoliation portion and the lightening. You can't do it. It has to be 5 days after a wax. So you usually do it after, yeah. But I can definitely, set people up with a deal. We'll do the waxing first, and then have you come back and do the vajacial.
Awesome, super cool. Well, thank you again for joining us. Let the people know where they can find you, social media.
Yeah, so you can find me at Skin Deep 25 on Instagram or Facebook. You can also email me at skindeep, SKINN.deep, at gmail.com, or just come and find me at 395 Dwight Street, Springfield, downtown.
Awesome. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. So guys, make sure you guys go visit Skin Deep. Make sure you take advantage of this awesome promotion for the pumpkin enzyme facial. That is a great deal, 25% off. So it's ranging around $64, which is a steal. So yeah, make sure you go visit Trisha down at Skin Deep, which is located inside of Creep Cheap in Springfield, Mass. And thank you again for joining us. It was great having you. We learned a ton. And after this, I got a few questions that I want to ask for myself.
Yeah.
My skin type and all the things that I'm dealing with. So thank you again. It was
Thank
awesome
you so
having you.
much. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back next week. As always, happy Wind Down Wednesday and have a good evening.